AI is detrimental to real estate agents
Yeah.
right now because of the fact that they are being overwhelmed with information. And what's happening is they're becoming paralyzed where they are not taking action within the AI. The first year after they buy or sell a home, I can hopefully guarantee they're going to remember you.
Yeah.
But after that year, mind share kicks in and they slowly start to forget about you.
Yeah.
And
100%.
then they're at their office or they're at a party and someone says, "Oh, we're thinking about buying a house." In that moment, you have point 0.3 seconds where you need to emerge in their mind in a positive way, where they say, "Oh my god, you gotta call Sean."
If you feel that you have to put your business card in the note, you didn't do a good job of keeping a relationship with them. Today's episode is brought to you by Andy Bovender, the founder of the Bovender team out of the Carolinas. Him and his team have helped more than 5,000 families in 5 different counties around the area. So if you have that client who's been thinking about making a move to or from the Carolinas, they are the team to call. Today, I sit down with Skye Michiels and we talk about AI. Is it really going to change the landscape of real estate? And is it detrimental to the agent's future success? So stay tuned for that as well. He gives you a few really amazing actionable tips you can implement into your business today. Additionally, if you have been yearning and wanting a little bit more community, a little bit more accountability, and you just want to hang out with successful agents who are thinking about the business the same way you do, then scroll down and take a look at the link below for the Inner Circle group. We meet 2 times a month and we talk shop. We talk about the areas of business that we can improve, how we're doing it, what we're doing, and more importantly, we share referrals. Speaking of referrals, if you have that client who's been thinking about making a move to the Bay Area, I'm your guy. Give me a call. And I'm also the host of the show, Sean Conkler. Dude, when you said AI is detrimental to agents, that blew my mind. But before we go there, I want to play a game with the audience. You can help me with this.
Great.
So I have the Ace Your Day deck, which is going to be coming out soon for agents. It's a 52 card deck, and each card is a task. And the task, well, they can be doing it while they listen to us chat. And so if you could pick a number between 1 and 52.
Let's go with my football number playing high school when I was growing up, the number 40.
Number 40. Here we go. Okay. While people are listening, go into your CRM and archive or reclassify old leads. So either put them into Sphere, maybe an A, B, C, D bucket. So move your cold leads out and move your nurture leads in. The goal is to start cleaning up your database.
Man, imagine every day if you did one card every day. That's just incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to our previous conversations. It's consistency over time is always success. And so, to your point, if you do one card a day,
Yep.
you can't not be successful. It's like if you went to the gym for 15 minutes a day for the rest of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you can't not be in better shape.
It's such a great topic too, Sean, because of the fact that like success is not a mystery.
It's not.
It's not. It's so out there. And yet, I think as realtors and business owners, like we always feel like, how do I do this?
Yeah.
Like, what do I do? How do I do this? The reality is like success is actually doing really, really boring things consistently.
Yeah.
And then making it very, very obvious and hopefully making it very, very satisfying and enjoyable as well. So
Yeah, I mean, if you look at athletes, right?
yeah.
It's the daily grind of that basic thing. They not only do it consistently, but they find joy in doing it consistently.
Right.
And it's very nuanced. But we had a conversation before, and I said to you, I said, we're all drowning and information,
Mhm.
and we're starving for action. Like, we all know how to eat right, but we don't.
Mhm.
We all know how to work out and go to the gym or find access to how to do it, but we don't. And so it's not, the gap isn't with knowledge.
No.
It's with the action. It's the consistency.
It's against, and that's the line you started the call with. That's why I say it's a little bit of a hook, but AI is detrimental to real estate agents
Yeah.
right now because of the fact that they are being overwhelmed with information. And what's happening is they're becoming paralyzed where they are not taking action within the
Yeah.
AI. And at the end of the day, everything I'm doing within the coaching space goes back into demystifying AI and simplifying it down into action, or what I call optimization versus overwhelm and information overload. Because there
Yeah.
are, well, at this point you could say thousands. Let's call it hundreds of AI platforms that you could use. Yet the reality is all you actually need to do is understand 3 ways that you can use AI within your business, and specifically to optimize it.
Yeah. And that's, it's such a great point. It's, you know, the information is too easy now. And so I think it begs the bigger question of, what are you doing with that information? Like, is it going to work for you? Or
Yep.
are you just spending 3 hours futzing around on AI and then you've
Exact
wasted 3 hours?
Yeah, yeah. Create a amazing social media marketing plan for me for, January to December of 2026, and then you get this, like, 10-page report that then sits on your computer or you print it out and it sits out
Were
and
you
it
watching me earlier?
And then all you do is you answer the emails that came in, your client calls you, your kid's sick, you're right? And then the end of the day comes and you got nothing accomplished.
Yeah, and then tomorrow you're like, "Oh, let me tweak this marketing plan even more because that feels good." It's,
Exactly.
man, it's so true.
Yeah. It's so
Um,
funny, isn't it? It's like, and again, I think it's a really key thing for everyone out there to ask yourself the question right now. What is your emotional reaction when you hear the words AI or see a coach out there training to AI or fill in the blank, right? And I have some dear friends and I coach aspects of artificial intelligence is necessary to our business. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, the key thing is, like, an example is I never use the word prompt. Like,
mm,
the word prompt carries so much negative weight for real estate agents. So just
say
tell
more.
me the prompt. What should I do? What's the prompt? Like, it almost like, for most real estate agents, you say the word prompt, it sends them into a panic of like, "Oh my god, now I don't know what to do." And instead of using the word prompt, you just replace it with the word question. So
Yeah,
when you're in ChatGPT, don't, like, I coach, like, don't use a prompt. I want you to ask ChatGPT questions,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
right? And the easiest way for anyone out there that's like playing with this is to ask ChatGPT, tell me the questions I should ask you to improve this response, or you get the
yeah.
idea. Simplify it like that. And let ChatGPT do the work.
What's really interesting is, so I have that mastermind group that you've spoke at a few times, and Greg Hyder is in there, and he shared in one of the conversations, he views AI as different department heads of his business.
Mm,
So his CMO, his CFO, his CEO. And so then he thinks, let's say marketing. He's like, okay, so I need to ask my CMO this thing, and then builds, like, basically then talks to it as more of a human of like, okay, you're the expert in this thing,
yeah,
more directive. How do I put into action this thing?
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
and then it's more of like this thing that you can actually run with.
Yep.
Because I think, to your point, and I'm even reflecting on my own use, is you ask it a bunch of stuff and then you're like, oh, that's cool. And then you go and you just do emails or make phone
Yeah,
calls or whatever it is, and you don't actually implement that thing itself.
exactly. It's exactly right. And again, I think this is the key as we start to move forward into this new age and world of real estate where There's never been a time that you can set yourself apart from the rest of the agents out there by doing just simple actions
Yeah.
that are tied to human connection and by leveraging AI to do those actions, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like tweaking it where I think the message right now is AI, like all you need to do is learn artificial intelligence and you're good. But the reality is what we really need to be doing is learning the art of the human connection. And
Mhm.
then how can artificial intelligence actually enhance that human connection? And that is the key that successful agents are going to be the ones that can harness that that middle ground of human connection with leveraging artificial intelligence to make you more powerful.
Yeah.
The idea that artificial intelligence will replace real estate agents, there's probably about 2% of all real estate agents and teams across the country that maybe that will be the case with high, rainmakers and, Zillow flex teams, high lead conversion where they have AI actually answering leads.
Yeah.
Like that's actually coming to the marketplace. But 98% of every realtor generates 90% of their business off of the people they know. And let's be real, we are about
100%.
to I mean, you tell me, but I personally have a little bit of AI fatigue or technology fatigue right now, where I'm sort of sick of the artificial social media posts I'm seeing, right? I have friends and, that are do a really good job with this. Like
Yeah.
one friend, and again, I love they're really funny, but it's so obvious. Like the guy's on a hang glider, or someone's riding like a jet ski with his cat next to him on a jet.
Yeah.
It's AI. There's coming this point where it's almost like I think there's going to be a fatigue to it
There
that
is.
there is. And what people are actually missing and this is where you can actually show up and shine as a real estate agent is that human connection.
Yeah, so I have friends. I'm in Silicon Valley, so I have friends at all the big tech companies, and there is a clear difference in consumption of videos that are human created
Yeah.
versus AI. And I mean, look at our own personal experience. The moment if you see somebody like slip and fall on ice and it's kind of they didn't get hurt, but it's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
But if you know it's then AI,
Yeah.
you part of you is like, I think I was just duped.
Yeah.
And so there's like a totally different feeling you get towards it,
Yep.
but then you also don't wanna watch it.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
it totally loses itself, and so I don't think agents should be leaning in all in on the
Yep.
AI videos. I don't think that's the way to go. And to your point with human connection, uh, if an agent, which I hope they do, audits their business and knows where those leads are coming from, 0 of mine came from AI.
Exactly.
Like, it came they all the bulk of mine are referrals.
Yep.
And even today, me personally, I was interested in a property in another state. I have a friend who's in that state, but not in that specific neighborhood. So I called them and I said, "Hey, who do you know there?" And she goes, "Oh, I got the woman." And she passes me to another
Right.
woman. I called that person and then immediately was asking questions about the property.
That's right.
I did not go to AI.
Yeah. And on the flip side of this, I actually was interested a friend of mine who's interested in property in Florida. I submitted a request on Zillow. It was the worst experience because even after I said, "I am not interested," the number of phone calls and follow-up and the bombardment of messages
Terrible.
made me cringe. And again, I think this juncture. We're in this juncture where how can artificial intelligence enhance my humanity and make me more powerful
Yeah.
in human connection? And we as agents,
Yeah.
let's be real, like we all know like Compass purchasing Coldwell Banker, Sotheby's, like there's a consolidation of brands happening
Yeah.
where as an agent, if you were relying on, hey, I'm a Compass agent or I'm a Coldwell Banker agent or I am right, if you relied on the brand, that is gonna go away a little bit, and you
Yeah.
need to rely on your personal brand as a real estate agent, and then how does your personal brand create human connection and feelings? That's how we're gonna win in the future. We're
Yeah.
not gonna win in the future by putting everything through ChatGPT and making it look fake online and doing all these things that other realtors look at and say, "Oh my god, that's cool." But your
Yeah.
clients look at it and say, "Oh my god, that is so obviously AI." You know?
Yeah. I mean, if Francie Molina comes to mind, who just crushes it in Westchester, her and her team. One of her big events that they do is they rent out a movie theater, and then
Yep.
they call up all their clients with kids, and they're like, "Hey, you should come to
Yeah.
this sneak preview of this Disney movie that's coming out." And it's an entire experience, and it's a feeling, and then as those kids grow up, they're like, "Oh my god, we got to go see this, like, private showing of this movie," and
Totally.
it's like this whole thing, which is all human connection, and it's not, "Oh, I saw this really cool AI video she put out, so I
Yeah.
bought a house with her." It's
Exactly.
not
It's
that's
not.
not the story.
Totally not. And let's take that little concept because that movie theater concept is a beautiful and amazing one, but we do need to wait for the right movie to come out. There's some fear that I could invite people, they don't show up, right? There's
Mhm,
some
mhm,
energy around
mhm.
that. I want to almost challenge every single agent out there to think about doing quote unquote events. I call this micro events
Yeah.
where it legitimately is as easy as walking your dog and inviting someone to go with you, or going on a hike, or
Yeah.
going to play golf, or going to happy hour. And when we boil it down, and here's a good example of how AI could help you. You take your top 50 clients, you put them into AI, and you into ChatGPT, right? And you say,
Yeah.
"Could you create a schedule for 2026 for all 12 months and when I should connect with these 50 people in 12 months," right? And
Yeah.
so when I look at 50 people, I'm like, "Oh my god, I gotta reach out to 50 people." I feel very overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But instead, AI will spit it out where it's like, and you can even get more specific. I only want to connect on Tuesday and Wednesday. So now it creates a calendar for me where I can literally put it on the wall just like a calendar. And I know on Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm going to reach out to 3 to 4 people,
Yeah.
and my top 50 will hear from me each year easily.
I mean, what a nice, like "Hey, I haven't connected in a while. I'm taking my dog for a walk. I'll be in your neighborhood. Do you wanna go together? Like, I
Yeah,
think it'd be really fun." Like,
totally
what a nice, genuine, cool, random,
random.
like, if
And
somebody did that for me, like, if it was, like, the florist or something, I'd be like, "Yeah,
cool.
that's super cool."
Yeah.
I'd be willing to bet the hardest part of your day isn't the work. It's the mental load. It's the decision fatigue. It's the shuffling of priorities while you're already playing catch up. You're checking off things from your to-do list just as fast as they're getting added. And I'd also be willing to bet some of those meaningful business relationships you've had in the past have begun to fade. Ace Your Day is a physical deck of 52 strategic cards designed to halt fatigue. Refined by real world results, this system replaces chaos of a to do list with a curated set of high impact actions. It's simple: set a timer for 15 minutes, draw a card, and make your move. The deck handles the thinking, you drive the business. Building a secure business should not be a guessing game. Let's stop overthinking the day and trust a system that prioritizes connections and relationships. Let the deck handle the strategy. You focus on the results. Click the link in the description to reclaim your day 15 minutes at a time.
and the best part is that probably 75% of the time, the person you invite probably can't go,
Yeah.
but that doesn't negate the power of the invite and the power of the connection.
100%.
And that's the best part, is that often what you can do is this micro event concept is something that you want to lean into where you will do the act no matter what. So, an
Yeah.
example for myself, every Friday, my goal is to play golf every single Friday.
Nice.
Right? That's the goal. It doesn't happen all the time, but I know I'm playing golf on Friday. So what it allows me to do is key people, I invite them to play golf as if it's random. And again, this is me. I can sort of stack this as well because you can invite someone to play golf in 4 weeks from now. Hey,
Yeah.
what are you doing in 4 weeks, or whatever it might be. And if I bring let's just pretend 30 Fridays in a year with 30 rounds of golf with 30 people. Like, A, I'm having fun. I'm gonna go play no matter what. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Number 2, it's like something that really enjoy doing that is really, really fun to do, and it's fun to see whoever I invite, even if they can't make it, they're like, "That is awesome." Like, "Oh
Yeah.
my god, I would love to play." Right?
Yeah. Well, and if it's something you're doing on the regular and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be in blah, blah, blah this week,
Yeah.
but it can't.
Be like,
Could we push it out like a couple weeks or
"Yeah,
whatever?" And you're like,
what's
"Hell
another
yeah,
fun."
let's do it."
Yeah, exactly.
I
And I
like that idea of micro events. And I know from planning events, the natural ratio that people are gonna say no is 50%.
easy.
Just because they're not available. It's not because they hate you, it's just they're not available.
Totally.
And
Exactly.
so, like, if you then with the micro events know that for every 2 calls, 1 is gonna say no, that's
Yeah,
fine, but
exactly.
it's still the gracious
Yep.
thing to do to make these calls.
Exactly. And again, this is where AI can help you because of the fact AI could lay out a schedule for the year, or AI could help you come up with ideas. AI
Yeah,
could come up with, "Hey, can you create a simple text message invite for me?" Right?
yeah,
So this is where AI is beneficial to agents, is when we lead with our humanity first and the
yeah,
action first, and then we back it up with how is AI going to help me accomplish that, as if AI was a person or a human
yeah,
being that
yeah.
was gonna be your personal assistant, right? That's
That's
what
what yeah, it's like I have an amazingly organized personal assistant.
that's right.
I have 50 names that I have to reach out to. These are my available days. How would I approach it? And then it's like,
Done it.
boop, here you
Boop.
go. The other thing is if you use Gemini, which is owned by Google,
Yep.
you can then say, add this to my task list, or build this into a spreadsheet, or put these
Creating
into my
email for you,
calendar.
or yeah, yeah, all
And
kinds of stuff.
yeah, so you can,
Yeah.
again, it's your assistant.
Yeah.
You can have it build it to the next thing for you to make it that much easier. And simultaneously, you're cleaning up your CRM and
That's right.
you're getting more face time.
And by the way, before you do that, you take your top 50 lists and you load it into, AI, and you say, "Can you scour the internet and add any information you can find about these people into
Yes.
a CSV?" And then you gotta double check it because it's not always correct, but
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
most part. So now when you do the invite, now you're actually integrating real personal, relevant, timely information about that person that you
Yeah.
might not have been it would have taken you hours to find online through Google searches or whatever it might be.
Yeah. You know, what's interesting is Cielo and I met with a financial advisor the other day. And when we sat down, he was like, "Hey, really great to meet with you." He's like, "I hope there's not too much competition or something like animosity because I went to Stanford and I see you went to Berkeley," to her.
Yeah.
And there was like a quick little giggle, and then she's like, "How'd you know that?" And then he's like, "Oh, I looked up your LinkedIn." And then he's like, "But I do see that you now teach at Stanford from time to time, so I think we're on the same team once again." And but it was like it was like observing that experience. It was such a nice
Yeah.
icebreaker. And
Yeah.
so to your point of if you just do a little bit of research and
Yeah.
if you make an alignment and you do it in a way where it's not creepy,
Yeah.
it actually comes across as
Authentic.
authentic and you've paid attention
Yeah.
on a different I mean, of course you can go the creepy level, but if you just keep it
Yeah.
not creepy,
Yeah. Yeah.
but simultaneously, if you have that client then who is, they purchased the home and you want to buy them a closing gift, you can now have AI do the research of what a gift would be important to them. You can maybe find out that
They
maybe
went to they went to
they're
Stanford, or
they
they
went to Stanford, or they're 10 years sober and bringing them champagne would be really stupid, or they're vegan and or whatever these components are, or they went to Stanford and you're like, oh, like I can maybe get them like this really cool, more thoughtful gift
That's
from
right.
leveraging this tech.
Yeah, yeah, and again, I think that's like for the agents out there that are feeling overwhelmed or struggling, or like, "Oh my god, this AI thing is gonna replace me." it
Yeah.
will only replace you if you forget about your greatest power and asset, which is your heart and your soul and your humanity.
Yeah.
And that is what we need to be leaning into hardcore right now to win in the future. Because again, if you rely on your brand, the power of the brand is going to fade as we see more and more consolidation.
Yes.
Your personal brand, aka who you are, becomes more important. And then after that, the next most important thing is your depth of connection with the people in your CRM or your database. Because
Yeah.
the depth of your connection with those people will determine the ease of your business in the future.
I agree. Yeah. Like I had to kind of sit with that for a second and see how it lands, but I'm on the same page.
Yeah. Well, you're
Um,
living proof of it too, like with your business, right? All the social media messages, like take the average coaching program out there. Most of them are coaching social media and AI. But yet you,
True.
Sean, all your deals last year, I know this from our pre-call, right? Every deal you did last year was from your sphere of influence, the people you knew
Yeah.
or
All
referral,
refer everything was referral.
everything.
Everything.
And yet the coaching out there is AI, social media, AI, social media. And there's nothing that's really addressing the most powerful thing that we have, which is again, our humanity.
Yeah.
It's everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. And I think, within the relationships, I th- I think that experience piece is the important piece.
Yeah.
Is and especially moving forward. It's like video games are huge, massive. It's huge, huge, huge industry, right? And it's like this whole experience. But so is travel.
Yeah.
Like people still go to other countries. They still go and taste the food and walk the streets and have those
Yeah.
experiences. And that's not going away.
Absolutely not. If
It
anything, we crave it more. The more we're behind screens, I can't wait
100%.
for spring break for my kids. I'm like,
Yeah.
I have it circled. I can see it on my calendar. Like it's like driving me,
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
we have a trip to Zurich coming up and a trip to
Oh,
Japan. I'm salivating.
yeah.
I can't wait to go.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I kind of I liken it to these personal experiences,
Yeah.
and again, it's like even just taking a walk with my dog and a friend is a really cool
Yeah.
experience
Right.
that's not staring at a screen.
That's right. And ask yourself this question. If you own a dog, when was the last time someone invited you to go for a walk with their dog randomly? Probably, maybe that's happened to you, but most people that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Or go get a drink at a happy hour, right? Like randomly,
Yeah.
or fill in the blank. And I think that's the kind of thing that we got to get back into this idea of like small actions done consistently
Yeah.
will produce results. And again, if you think about taking a dog walk with someone or inviting someone, it's sort of a boring way to generate business, but at the end of the day, it's so incredibly enjoyable.
I mean, not for nothing.
Yeah.
If you were in town and you were like, "Hey man, I'm going to be in your neighborhood. Do you want to grab a coffee and go for like a quick 15-minute walk?"
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it. Like
Let's
let's
go.
walk the bay. That'd be great. Like we
Yeah.
can see part of the city and grab a coffee. That'd be cool."
Exactly. And again, I think it's the kind of thing technology needs to enhance that
Yeah.
experience or enhance our ability to do that experience, but not replace us, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. I again, I dig the idea, this concept of micro experiences. And if you just carved out a day or a half a day a week,
Yep.
and to your point with like golf, do you do it every week? No. Do you try? Yes.
Yep.
And so if you at least have it on the schedule and your effort and intention is to do that,
Yep.
I
It's
mean,
great.
it doesn't have to be this major thing.
No,
And
not at all.
it'll build over time. It's the
Exactly.
consistency over time is the result always.
And then you plan 1 to 2 major things a year So that way it's not overwhelming, but you still have a big thing that you can invite everyone to, like a movie premiere
Yeah.
or a family photo shoot around a fall festival or a client appreciation event or right, fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Then the other pieces that you want to come back to as well is this is a really big one for everyone to understand. In the last 6 months, email providers have created so many ways of blocking or redirecting marketing emails. Even
True.
I if you were to go and look at some of your open rates or if you look into this, a lot of realtors, their only marketing into their database is email, and that's it.
Yeah.
And my theory is that if you're listening to this, I want you to nod your head if you agree with me that you most likely hate email. And guess who else hates email? Your clients.
Um,
So
you know what's hilarious is agents are the number one spam offenders out there.
exactly.
We're also the most audited group according
Exactly.
to the IRS.
Yeah. And then we go back into this idea of humanity. Well, email does not make us feel human.
No.
So what does? Text message, phone
Yeah.
call, a piece of mail, a handwritten note, the invitation to get coffee, that right? So we go back into when you think about quote unquote marketing,
Yeah.
if you look at your marketing plan right now or audit what you did in 2025, if all you did was email, I can guarantee that probably 75% of the people you were emailing do not know either are feel like they are not hearing from you
Yeah.
or you have faded from their mind in a powerful way. As opposed to blending email to like, let's just pretend you do one a month, no more than that.
Yeah.
But then you send throughout the year, you do 4 text messages or you do 1 phone call or you do two of that. You get the idea. You blend
Yeah.
it together. And what's cool about this too is you get to have fun and be authentic. So for example, we have Valentine's Day coming up, right? Well, you can go online and buy like a heart-shaped seed packet
Oh
like,
yeah.
and put that in a little note card, be like, "I love my clients. I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day." Or another really good idea for March, St. Patrick's Day, you buy a $1 lotto scratch off card and you put it in a note in a piece of mail.
Oh, brilliant. That was easy.
April, Easter, or spring tulips, right? You drop off tulips in the
Yeah.
spring or a bulb, right? Like you get the idea. You could go
Yeah.
on and on and on. Each month has a theme that you can lean into. You wouldn't want to do this every month because then it would feel corny. But you pick 2 or 3 anchor activities and then we lean into some old school real estate tactics that actually work. Why? Because of the fact it says, hey, I took time out of my day to take a lotto card, handwrite a note, and put it in an envelope with a stamp and put it in the mail.
Yeah.
And then when that person gets it, you know what they do? They scratch off and they text you like, "Oh my god, I won," you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's yeah, it just starts the conversation of
Exactly.
like whatever it may be.
And that's the key. Again, we overthink real estate. The key to real estate is being present in people's minds in a very
Yeah.
positive way to the point where they will take action themselves or recommend other people will take action with you.
Yeah. Dude, that lotto one, that's I sincerely hope somebody runs with that. That one it's brilliant on multiple levels because you think gift and it's literally a dollar.
Power.
Like
Yeah. Everyone loves a scratch off.
and it's the other thing is it's super easy to to send to mail. Like it's not bulk. It there's no weight to it. And everybody loves the excitement of the scratch off. And so it's brilliant on multiple levels. And you're hitting people on a holiday that no one you never get a gift on that holiday.
Exactly.
Like it just it doesn't happen.
Here's a good one for you, Sean. You know how on Thanksgiving, every realtor gets, not everyone, but like Thanksgiving pie is a big thing for realtors. Well, guess what? Guess what's coming up in March? Pie Day.
Oh, hilarious.
Right? March 14th, pi,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so if you I have a client that we actually this is relevant 'cause one of my clients, in, Boston, she has a huge MIT contingent, and their match day is Pi Day, so they actually have, like, a little holiday. So she's actually getting 100 pies and dropping them off on Pi Day to some of the people are not MIT people, but it's
Yeah.
still it's like one of those situations where you everyone will be like, "Pi oh my god, it's Pi Day? That's hilarious."
Yeah.
If you again, it has to be authentic to you. So,
Yeah.
like Zband, I think you know Zband created Contactually, helped create the Compass CRM
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
coach, a good friend of mine. He's massively into Star Wars and
May
as
4th.
a lot of his people are. So like if I was V, for example, like May the 4th, right?
Yep.
You get a little Star Wars Lego set and send that. You get the idea. Just have fun with
Yeah.
it. And let's stop taking ourselves so seriously. Like
Yeah,
let's
I mean, I think that's the reality is like just have a little fun, and if it's important to you, people they'll at least remember that. Like if
yeah,
you're super into Star Wars, like
yeah,
that becomes the thing people remember or recognize you for, and that's fine. That's part of
exactly.
your brand. That is your brand.
Exactly.
Like
So
lean into it.
and this is like again, this goes back to like using AI to help you. You just go into AI and you say, identify in my database who do you think would be interested in Star Wars gift and
Yeah,
see what happens, right? Or you get the idea. Like you use it to actually pull data, and actually then you're not sending out 300 May the 4th cards. You're
correct.
probably sending out 30 with
Yeah.
a Lego set, or you get the idea, 'cause
Yeah,
it
and if
goes through,
you're
like, poof.
and then if you're looking at the layer of your year, you can do the scratch offs for one group of people. You can
Right.
do May 4th for another group, and you can kind of
Yeah,
you don't have to overload your system or budget to get these
exactly.
things out.
You
And
got it.
it's,
Yeah.
you
Quick
know,
little CRM tip, in your CRM, only create a tag if it's connected to an action or a marketing activity. So never create a tag that sort of says like, I see, lenders, right? Like unless you do something
mm,
with lenders, don't create that tag. But you could create a tag that says lotto ticket. And then as you meet people, you can add them into that tag because you know you're going to take action
yeah,
on the tag or
good way
market
to do
through the tag, right? Because a lot of agents have hundreds of tags that mean nothing.
it.
And their CRM is a mess and they can't take action. So
Auditing the tags. I mean, kudos for those agents at least doing that. If you're not, you should be, which I think is the bigger pool. But then actually audit your tags is we I dude, we had at one point realtor, realtors, real estate agents. And I was like, my God, how many variations of the same darn thing are we doing?
yeah. And you don't do anything with it. It's like
No. And it
it's
just
just like
sits.
tagging to tag. It's like, so it's a really, really powerful thing to get into into the weeds of your relationships and your database. But
Yeah.
then again, you always have to be connecting that to action. It's not just enough to have a database. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you doing with the database? The most common mistake I see, my dog would the most common mistake I see with agents is that they take a database and all they do is email to it. And that's all they do with no, I get emails, people's newsletters from California or Colorado or fill in the blank, right? And I know all they're doing is spamming thousands of people inside the database. And that is your biggest mistake as a realtor. If you look at your marketing plan and it's all email, you are missing the point.
Hey, friends, I have a small favor to ask. For me to continue to bring you outstanding guests who share their best kept secrets for growing a successful real estate business, please take a moment and hit that like button so agents like you can find this content. And also hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss out on any new episodes. Now, back to our show. It's funny. I appreciate what you're sharing, and and it's ironic because it's most everybody's telling you to do more, and
Yeah.
in the spirit of this conversation, it's actually do less,
Do less.
do micro events,
Yes.
and have less tags, but make them more meaningful and
Yes.
specific to the action.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny, even thinking about not only events, everybody always immediately goes to like, oh, I have to have a stadium concert, and you're like, no, 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 that's you don't have to start there.
Yeah.
But with gifts, literally, it's $1. It's like
Yeah.
it's $1 scratch off. They
And
don't need to be like agents do, Yeti mugs and like
yeah.
elaborate gifts, which get really expensive really fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't need to be. They just need to, they have to just be enough to cut through the noise
That's right.
and for them to see your name.
That's it.
And that's
Yeah. Yeah.
um
It's called mind share. So your brain
yeah,
is only designed to hold retain so much in the moment. And this is by design, because if we retained everything we ever witness, we would lose our minds, right? So,
yeah,
for example, you can remember what you ate for breakfast this morning, but you can't remember what you ate for breakfast 30 days ago, right? That's just normal. And that concept for realtors is so important to understand, because someone the first year after they buy or sell a home, I can hopefully guarantee they're going to remember you.
yeah,
But after that year, mind share kicks in and they slowly start to forget about you.
yeah,
And
100%.
then they're at their office or they're at a party and someone says, "Oh, we're thinking about buying a house." In that moment, you have zero point 0.3 seconds where you need to emerge in their mind in a positive way, where they say, "Oh my God, you got to call Sean."
Yeah,
And if you have not talked to them, I'm not saying marketed to them, right? I'm saying talk to them.
yeah,
Most likely you are not in their mind share, right? You send
yeah.
them emails and newsletters, maybe a card or whatever it might be. I can guarantee you do not enter their mind in that zero point 0.3 seconds.
I mean, I will tell you with the utmost certainty, I bought a property in 2008, which gives you an idea of how much money I lost. I couldn't even begin to tell you the name of the agent,
Yeah.
what they look like, nothing. I remember zero, and we never heard from them again. There's
Yeah.
actually a stat, and it's terrifying, and I might be misquoting it, so somebody can look it up and correct me. But it's something like 87% of buyers and sellers say they'll use the same agent again,
That's right.
but only it's tiny. It's
12.
something like, is it
12.
12?
Yeah.
12% actually do.
Yeah. And this
That's a
is
massive drop rate. Like there's a massive hole. And speaking of holidays and events, did you know a home buyer only has one event that can only be celebrated with one person?
that's right.
And
Home
it's
flippers.
the day they purchase their home with that agent.
Exactly.
And so like that's it's a layup for
So
the agent for
so
for life.
again, and this is again, AI comes into play, because
Yeah.
you can say, "Create a calendar for me with every home sale anniversary laid out on the calendar so I can visibly see it."
Yeah.
It literally could create a calendar for you or put it, again, hopefully there's action plans, there's lots of things you can do,
Yeah.
but let's simplify this down. The other thing to think about as well, and here's one caveat, if they do celebrate Christmas, I recommend everyone gets an ornament made
Mm.
without your information, by the way. Don't put your logo on it, don't put your branding on it. All you do is get a ornament made with a picture of the house and the year they bought it.
Oh, how cool is that?
And this way, usually, again, hopefully you've been doing other things, but every time they put up and take down their Christmas tree, they're gonna think of you that one moment
Yeah.
of that ornament, right? Because even if they buy another home down the road, they'll still think of you with that ornament, you
Yeah.
know? And that's 15 bucks, maybe 20 to get it
Here's
built.
here's my rule about mailing stuff.
Yeah.
If you feel that you have to put your business card in the note, you didn't do a good job of keeping a relationship with them.
You nailed it.
Right? Like, if you think about that,
Nailed
like,
it.
if you just sent me a card and it said Sky, I would go, "Oh, I
Yeah.
know exactly who that is." But if
Exactly.
I needed a business card
Yeah.
to remind me
Yeah.
who you are,
Yeah.
that's a major screw up,
Oh
like,
my god.
major.
Well, let's tie this. This ties into a topic. And so we're recording this. What is it, January 23rd today?
Yeah.
Right. So we're recording on January 23rd, but this is a topic that is timeless. And it's a topic of consistency for agents. Almost every agent across the board that I coach or that I talk to
Yeah.
says, where are you failing? It's in being consistent. And I want to, so if the three C's I coached you among underneath consistency is
Mhm.
content, communication, and connection.
Hmm.
So if you focus your actions around making sure you are creating consistent content, and by the way, the key word you want to think of underneath content is hyper local. Create
Yeah.
content that is hyper local to your market and that is relevant to you. Underneath connection, right? We want to think about how am I connecting with people that I know, that I care about, and maybe people I don't know, right?
Yeah.
And then finally, we go back to communication or you're going to put out underneath that conversation. The goal of having content and creating connection is to create conversations that lead to transactions. So if you sort of think through that whole process, it's like a little bit of a flywheel. So I need to be
For sure.
consistently creating content and communicating it to create connection and conversation,
Mm.
right? And that's the flywheel that we want to walk down. So
That's brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, because if you're I mean, I'm just thinking through, if you are spending the time to do that, as a flywheel works, it
yeah,
builds its own momentum onto itself just
totally.
by doing those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just get busy being busy, and and we stop doing that. You stop doing the thing, that one thing that works.
Yeah. You nailed it. And that's it.
Um,
And I think it's like we need to sort of pattern interrupt when we're getting busy with like really, really small things
yeah.
that have impact, you know?
It's funny. My pattern interrupt for that.
What's that?
I write $250 on the paper,
Nice.
and then I say, "That's my hourly rate. Which of these things should I be doing as a
Love that.
as the person who's making that much money?" And it's amazing how fast a lot of that crap, you're like, "No." Like, I'm a business owner, I would not pay somebody $250 to be doing that activity.
I
And then I'm
love
like,
that.
"Yeah, I shouldn't be doing that either then."
I'm stealing that one because I'll make it like a to-do list. I'm gonna write 1,000 next. Like I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not worth $1,000 yet, but let's pretend there's a point in the future where I am.
Yeah,
Like, is this $1,000 an hour activity? Yes or no? And if it's
yeah.
not, then I'll not do it. I love that pattern interrupt. That's
It's
great.
I mean, it's when you if you kinda step back and you're like, if you don't think of you as you, but this individual is now an employee,
Yeah,
would you give that employee with that knowledge and of that worth, that task?
yeah,
And it's a really hard reframe of like, yeah, no, that person should not be touching that thing at all, ever, ever.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. So good.
And that's what I think. I think a lot of agents should do that,
Yeah,
is, take the time that, writing a nice handwritten note to a past client, that is a $250 activity.
it
That's
absolutely is.
going to potentially unlock a lot more business,
Yeah.
but it connects you to them on a different hyper personal level.
Hmm.
And so when you get that phone call and they're like, "Oh my God, thanks so much for the note and the lotto ticket. Can you believe I won $10?" And you're like,
I know. That's
"That's
awesome.
amazing."
Yeah, so cool. And again, I think we go back into this idea. This is why I'm launching and creating this. I'm calling it the With Heart Coaching Collective,
Mm,
which is designed to be these very, very small things that I can do every single week inside of my real estate business and sort of connect people into this flywheel of content, communication, conversation, it's connection, et cetera. Right. And if I can just get agents doing this in a very, very small way,
Yep.
and make it extremely affordable where there's the bar to entry. Everyone should have a coach. Unfortunately, most agents can't quote unquote afford it.
Yeah.
And the goal here is that if I can be coaching people on this flywheel and I can do it in a group setting, it allows me to offer coaching that anyone can access.
Yeah.
And or if you're a team leader, now one of the biggest things for most of my
Smart.
team leaders I coach is that they are not very good trainers. They're great at selling real estate.
Yes.
They're great at maybe running businesses, but they are horrendous at training.
Yes.
The good thing is I'm really good at it. So now as a team leader, it brings it to a price point too where team leaders could actually enroll their entire team in it and either have them split it, reimburse them if they do a deal. There's lots of ways of doing it. But now I can almost be like a part-time team coach or trainer,
Yeah.
right? For team leaders. And that's a really, really powerful message. Then having like masterminds with just team leaders on on that call is really powerful too. So I'm really excited about this conversation because it sort of reinforces everything I'm doing with her coaching collective of
Yeah.
bringing everyone together to learn en masse. So
Well, two thoughts. The first is when the opportunity comes up to have a guest coach come in, give me a
yeah.
call. I would love to do it.
Well, I I don't want to push you, but I'm actually going to publicly call you out because I believe you could coach people on how to create a podcast, and that could be something potentially that you tell people. Like, what better way to create hyper local content than having a podcast where you interview business owners in your neighborhood?
100%.
But how many agents know how to do Riverside or know how to do, right?
Yeah.
You've developed a business around podcasting that could be taught to other people. And my theory is you could either do it as just a free, a one-off where you give them some of the basic things, or we could build out a more in-depth course. But I'm going to call you out, Sean, because you need to be impacting other people and teaching them how to do this. This is a very powerful medium
Yeah.
in our world where we get to take humanity, connection.
Yeah.
We are 3,000 miles apart right now, and I feel like we're sitting next to each other in a bar.
Yeah.
It's a great
I
thing.
appreciate that, and it's always the hallmark of a good coach is they'll
Yeah.
call you out, and so
Yeah.
I appreciate the call out. If somebody's actually interested in potentially doing a podcast, just shoot me a note.
Yeah.
Um, I yeah, I'll get a head count and kind of get an idea of what the interest level is, and we'll look at it. But not for nothing, the podcast I approached it the same way I approach business, and I literally day one was like, "What's the system?"
That's right.
And then we built. I worked with an amazing. She's actually a CMO, and she was in between roles and helped me build out the entire system. And then I've just taken that and tweaked it and scaled it, and it's packageable. It's like very straightforward. Like
Yeah.
this is if I were to launch it, this is the program to do it.
That's one.
Um, yeah, I think that's amazing. Um, yeah, and to go back to my other point that I was going to make is from having the mastermind group, which is a collection of mostly the past guests, I've heard just from being in so many conversations with those guys who are most of them team leads, is there is a gap in
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a gap in skill or time, but the time to focus on the agents on the team who just need a little bit more nurturing
Mhm.
to get out of the weeds to do those things where that accountability component of
Yeah.
just focus on these things and actually do the work, and you'll build up the database of people, and eventually those will convert into sales. There is a gap and there is a need
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep, big time. And again, I'm actually really excited about being able to help team leaders in this way. As someone who ran a really large team myself, I know how challenging it is because you basically need to do all things at all times at a high level, right? You have to be a real estate salesperson. You got to be a team leader. You got to be a trainer. You got to be a therapist because you're helping your team through stuff. You got to
Yeah.
All the above, right? And it's a very lonely place when you are a team leader. And I
Yeah.
think this service can really help team leaders, A, connect with the other team leaders, and then B, make sure that they are really doing the job they should do, which is training their team, but without them having to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've definitely seen it from doing this podcast is you cannot be everything to everybody all the time. Like it's not mathematically possible, but I do find the really high performing agents, they have a unique, keen ability to observe things how they are. And not better than they were, and not in a self-deprecating way, and not like worse than they are, but they will recognize like, hey, there's a gap in the team and it's here.
Yep.
And then immediately they'll take action to correct it. And I would say that ongoing, like the maintenance work
Yeah.
of working with the team members is the gap. Like most of those agents will say, no, I just hire autonomous agents. But there's a ton of agents who aren't autonomous who can be amazing. They just need more guidance.
That's right.
And so they're also leaving opportunity on the table by not having that piece.
That's right. Exactly. And I think again we go back into the same concept of it does not need to be a big deep 10-week training course. It
Uh-uh.
could just literally be, here's a really good concept of here's a mail piece for March.
Yeah.
Here's a potential event for March. Here's a potential email for March. Here's a potential text message.
Yeah. It's like having a workout buddy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly.
It,
And
it's
the workout done for you so you don't have to think about what to do.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
They're
it.
like, hey, we're doing arms today. And you're like, awesome.
Cool. Great. And then I'm done. And then I can go about my day, right? How
Yeah.
nice is it when you show up to a workout class where you don't have to really think, you just do what you're told, but you make sure you get that work in, like an Orange
Yeah.
Theory or a Barry's Boot Camp or a yoga class, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
There's something that's, for me at least, it's really, really reassuring when I don't have to think. I think all day, and when I'm
Yeah.
working out, what I want to do is actually not think and just
Yeah.
do. And
Yeah.
that's, I think, this concept of this collective is that's what I'm hoping I can impart to agents is this concept where they come and as
Yeah.
a collective group, we take action in a very simplistic way, very human way,
Yeah.
and we start to layer other levels of training into it from there.
That's smart. And you make such a good point, man. I
Yeah.
have my buddy Clint write my workout programs
Yeah.
because I was a trainer. Like I know how to do it. I don't want to do it. Like
Exactly.
I just want to like literally just tell me what to do at this point. Like I'll go in and I'll do it, but just outline lift this so many times. Done.
Done. Easy.
Um, yeah, I'm curious to learn more about your program. Definitely send me the link, and if there's a link for people to check it out, send it to me, and I'll make sure we add it to the description below,
Great.
so they can click through and check that out. And to give people context, I know we kind of jumped in really fast to this conversation. Skye has been on this podcast, I think, 3 other times,
I think
and
so.
so we didn't do a lot of preamble of his track record, but was the head of coaching for Compass, which is a pretty big deal, and had a very large, high producing team. And so has a phenomenal track record aside from, or I should say, in addition to all of his coaching and coaching clients.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Sean.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate you. And I always appreciate our conversations. It's funny. Anytime we chat, even if it's like 5 minutes on the phone, I always leave and
Yes.
I'm like ready to go. I'm like, let's do this.
That's that's good. That's my hope. I mean, that's good. That means I'm like having impact. So
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like I was even talking, literally yesterday to the group of agents, and I was like, decide who the people are on your team, right? You don't always need. If you have 10 people, they don't all have to be the high producers.
no,
Some of them can just be the culture carriers.
that's right.
And like they're the ones who just rile everybody up in a positive way, and they're like,
Yeah. Let's go.
go.
It's dumb.
And if they do produce amazing, that's the bonus. Um,
That's right.
but I'm not saying you don't produce, you do on a very high level, but you also, again, you're like the culture carrier, I feel, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate that too. It's something like I wake up every day and my word of the year is inspired. So if you're listening, I'm holding up my word of the year, and my word of the year is inspired, where I want to be inspired, and then in that mode create inspiration for other people. So
That's amazing. Have you, gosh, I can't think of the name of them. They're little bracelets.
my intent is
Yes, yes, yes.
um, right.
Does your say inspired?
No, this one is from last year, and then I'm getting one for my year, my word of the year. I get one every year. This one has my kids' names. So I have one with my kids' names and then one with my word of the year on it. So
It's funny. I have one from like eons ago, and it's prosperity.
beautiful. That's really cool. So
Those are actually a phenomenal gift, also.
really good gift. And
Um,
then you can sort of see I have my each year I'm just so my word of the year from 2024 was freedom, and my word of the year last year was abundance. So
that's great. I
cool.
mean, what
Well,
a
it's a great,
easy.
you know.
It's such a simple way to filter
Yeah.
the way you're looking at something or the way you're thinking about something. You just kind of like immediately run it through that filter. Like, is it hitting that target?
That's right. It's really cool.
Dude, this was amazing. Thank you. As always, appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you, man. And you create massive impact with people by just being able to bring guests on and get really positive messages out there. And I don't know when the deck of cards is going to be available for public consumption, but I'm going to encourage everyone to buy a deck of cards as well. So when that's
Thank
available,
you.
we're going to promote that big time.
They're when this is being recording, they're in the works. By the time this drops, they better be out. Is my goal. So we'll see.
Awesome. Really cool.
And that, my friend, is a wrap.